Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Y'all see the topic. Y'all see the subject matter. Y'all already know how I'm about to come. Y'all already know the energy that's going to be behind this particular subject matter. And as I have said, it's starting to get a little out of hand, starting to get a little out of control. I'm going to need for Dwayne Wade to break his contract with the alphabet community or something. Something needs to go down, man, because it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous, and it's obvious to see that there is an agenda. Now, it's real obvious at this point. If you deny it now, you just in a state of denial, and there's no convincing you. But we at a point right now when it comes to this whole alphabet agenda to where it's just blatantly obvious what they trying to do or what they are doing. They're not trying to do it. What they are doing is obvious. And again, when we point out the agenda, when we point out the fact that they have an agenda, all backlash, all backlash. Ray, peace, what's happening? But Wade, come on, bro. You need to break the contract. We know y'all being paid by the alphabet community to push this narrative, to push this agenda. We know. But, man, it's time for you to break the contract, man. You Dwayne Wade, bro. Y'all will be good without that contract. It's ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure at this point, all of you all know what I'm talking about in reference to Dwayne Wade. I'm pretty sure we all know why this is important, why I'm bringing up this man and his family. It's ridiculous. And we got to utilize his family as talking points, you know, because it's important. Because if you have children, you plan to have children, like this is something that you're going to have to face. This is something that you're going to have to deal with. So you can't say that it doesn't affect you, because it indirectly does. So we got to have these conversations when people such as Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union have their, man, I don't even know what to call them, man. I don't even know what to call. I'm not calling. Listen, it's dude had her son. It's so confusing. That whole situation is weird and confusing. Whole situation. You got the dude, you got the little son identifying as a girl, and then dating, I guess, a girl that's identifying as a dude. Like, is that how it is? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But is the situation Dwayne Wade, the little son, identifies as a girl, and then the white person that he was in the video kissing, or not video kissing, but in the pictures on Instagram kissing, isn't that a white girl that's identifying as a dude? Isn't this correct? Somebody let me know if I'm wrong in that. But I think that that's how it's going. I think that's what the case is. Which that's totally confusing. It's totally confusing. That's confusing on so many different levels, which goes to show you that this is just like when they considered this a mental illness back in the day. If this is not proof of that, come on, man. Like, if this is not proof of that, man, somebody talk to me. If somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. This is making zero sense. We're gonna break it down once again. You have Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle, you have the son. I'm gonna call him the son for now. Zaya, whatever his name is. Gonna tell the family I'm gonna identify as a girl. Like, this how confusing this is. The little son gonna say I want to identify as a girl, and then goes and dates a young girl that identifies as a young boy. Why don't you just be gay? I would have rather the young son came out and said, well, I'm gay, I'm just gonna date dudes. I'm gonna date dudes. Or I'm gonna date boys. Instead, they want to add this element. I'm identifying as a girl, then I'm gonna date a young boy, a young girl that identifies as a young boy. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Like, it's unnecessary, man. That's ridiculous. If y'all don't see anything wrong with that, then come on, man. See, that's what I'm saying. I have no idea. That's why I said somebody correct me if I'm saying this incorrectly. but I saw somewhere where somebody told me that the white kid was a girl that's identifying as a boy. I don't know. I didn't care to dig that deep into it. I just saw the picture and I was instantly annoyed with the picture. And the reason why I said I was annoyed with the picture, everybody, oh, were you homophobic and this, that, and the third? No. Listen, at 14 years old, never were we about to be out here posting ourselves kissing our girlfriends at the time, and our mother and father approved that. Never was that finna happen. Somebody go find me where they was able at 14 to post themselves online on social media kissing a young girl or a young boy at the time. Never was that acceptable. Never was that acceptable. It has always been a problem. And I made this status on Facebook. Kids trying to grow up too fast has always been a problem. Young girls, y'all, they used to call you what? It was like, you fast. You a fast young girl. Because you was trying to move too fast. You was trying to grow up too fast. And one of the ways to grow up too fast is being sexual at a young age. So now all of a sudden this doesn't apply. This doesn't apply now. Listen, I was once 14. I was once 13. No, that was not acceptable for me to be posting that type of content, let alone engaging or indulging in those type of acts. You had to sneak and do it. You had to sneak and do it. Wasn't nobody going to approve of that at 14. Oh, you're going ahead and post yourself kissing your girlfriend. No. Man, my pops would have, nah, man, we not posting that. Like, that's unacceptable. We don't post, we not posting that. What's wrong with just taking a picture of y'all two? That gets posted. We posting prime pictures or whatever. You just post yourself standing next to your girlfriend. That's it. I ain't finna post myself kissing my girlfriend at 14. And this ain't got nothing to do with homosexuality. This is just in general. This is just in general. So people think we got a problem with it just because it's Dwayne Wade's son. No. No 14-year-old, they not supposed to be posting that. They not supposed to be posting that. What are we missing? Like, this is what's wrong with society. These kids are moving way too fast. And that's a prime example of it. So that's why we got to talk about it. We got to talk about the prime example of kids moving too fast. That's the prime example. You shouldn't be 14 posting that. Like, this is ridiculous. This is part of the problem. And then when we see things like this, and then some of us comment on it, we receive backlash. So now we telling these kids it's acceptable. It's acceptable. You can be 12 and tell your parents that you identify as I'm a young boy. I can tell my parents at 12 that I identify as a young girl. Man, come on, man. You're not supposed to be able to make those decisions at that age. You're just not supposed to be able to do that. I was brought up under the rules of, listen, you're not going to be making you can make whatever decision you want to make when you get old enough and you leave from under my roof. That's the era. That's the generation I was raised on. You gonna follow my rules and regulations until you get old enough to move out and you can create your own rules and regulations. So if something didn't fly with my pops, it didn't fly, period. So the problem here is it's flying with the parents. So now the parents are making these things acceptable because everybody afraid to receive that backlash. Everybody afraid to receive that backlash. Like, no, parents are afraid to be like, nah, you're not finna be telling me at 12 you identify as a girl. No, because they know the type of backlash they're gonna receive. But outside of backlash, we know Gabrielle Union and Wade being paid off. We know they receiving funds. We know that that's happening. We know that that's happening. We know that for an actual fact. But again, at 14, posting that type of content, posting those type of pictures, man, that's unacceptable. I don't know any, especially back in the day, I don't know any parent that would have approved of their child posting that. I don't know. And then people trying to justify it. I done saw some of the grossest justifications for this situation. Gross justifications. Talking about, oh, well, y'all done had a lot of y'all men lost y'all virginities at that age, at 14. What type of justification is that? Just because we may have done something or just because something happened to us doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't make it good. We trying to prevent the next generation from traveling down the path that we traveled down. So I seen people talking about dudes losing their virginity at 14 like that makes this acceptable. Don't y'all see that that's a problem? We don't need to be promoting that, making it even worse. But that was the justification, man. I made a post about it. Well, I made a post on Facebook saying it has always been a problem when kids trying to move or grow up too fast. And people shared the post, and I saw some comments under the people that shared my post. I saw the comments, and unfortunately, the only people that were trying to justify this whole Wade family situation was my sisters. Unfortunately, it was a lot of sisters were trying to justify it. Oh, y'all lost y'all virginity at 14, this, that, and the third, as if that is any justification for what happened, as if that makes it acceptable. We also were not out here posting it because we knew good and well if we posted that at 14, it was going to go down at the crib. So come on now. CC, exactly. The sexualization of kids is wrong. And they 14. They are kids. They are not grown. They are 14. They are not grown. They are kids. These are children. And we got to understand, little buddy is 14 now, but he made this decision at like 12. So we seeing the pick at 14, but he made the decision at like 12. But 14, apparently that means that you grown, you able to do whatever it is you want to do, post whatever it is that you want to post. Guess that makes it cool. Didn't know that 14 was that age. Had no clue, had no idea. But there is no agenda though. We got to understand the type of influence that both Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union has. So when they post these type of things, or when their children post this type of content, millions of people are being influenced, are being impacted by that post, by that content. Matter of fact, let's just do the knowledge to this situation. Let's bring up numbers so we can show and prove like the impact they're having. Let's just bring up some numbers here. Let me go ahead and let me go to my phone here, man. Let me go to the phone and let's do something real quick. Gabrielle Union has 20.1 million followers on Instagram. 20.1. All right. 20.1. That's just her alone. 20.1 million. And I can't even find, let me see, where D-Wade? I know D-Wade is on that joint, man. I know he on here. Dwayne Wade has 18.7 million followers on Instagram. So we got 38, that's 38.8 between the two. Now of course, we got to factor in that they may have the same subscribers. They may have, not subscribers, but followers. Some of the same people may be following both of them. So let's just chop it in half and just say 15 million. That's 15 million that's rocking with them, that's following Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union collectively. So best believe if their children post pics of them kissing one another, best believe this is being witnessed, this is being seen. And best believe children are seeing this and being influenced by it. But we don't have an agenda. They don't have an agenda though. They don't have an agenda. Y'all have got to be kidding me. Like I said, if I was 14 and me and my family got together and we posing for Easter pics, and then in the same breath, I turn around and I'm posting myself kissing my girlfriend at 14, no. My pop's finna be like, hey, don't you post that. This ain't gonna fly. My mom's finna tell me, don't you post that. At 14, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. I'm not allowed to post that. I'm not allowed to post that. They find out I'm posting that, then it's all type of drama going on. It's all type of trouble. But like I said, now it's cool. it's cool. And I always get disappointed when I see my sisters justifying it. I get disappointed. I get very disappointed, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? I semi get it, but that's the only people I see. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and go to the post. I can go to the post and let y'all know. Let me go to the post here. Boom. So I posted, I say there has always been issues with kids trying to grow up too fast. Don't y'all start acting brand new out here. That's the post. What do my sisters say to try to justify it? Adults get amnesia about who they were as children. We got to stop doing that, yo. We got to stop acting like just because we went through things. If I did something when I was a child, right? If I did some dirt when I was a child, and then I grow up and I try to prevent my child from doing the same things that I did, where's the problem? Why are you going to hold my past against me saying, oh, well, y'all did this when y'all was little. Y'all did this when y'all were kids. They just following in y'all footsteps. At what point do we break the cycle? That's almost like somebody telling me, hey, you ate a bunch of nonsense when you was a kid, so just go ahead and feed your kid the candy. Go ahead and feed them the Skittles. Go ahead and have them drink the sodas like you did. That don't even make any sense. If I'm learning, I'm supposed to pass this knowledge down to the future generation, and I'm supposed to help prevent them from walking down the destructive path that I walk down. I'm supposed to prevent them. I'm supposed to help prevent them from having the same ailments that I had because I was indulging in the wrong foods as a kid. I'm not supposed to say, well, I ate the Skittles as a kid. They can eat the Skittles. I ate the Starburst as a kid. They can eat the Starburst. I drank the sodas as a kid. They can drink the sodas. No, that's not how we supposed to live. That don't make any sense. That's why we are not evolving. That is why we are not progressing as a people, because we say, oh, well, you did that. You was like that when you was little. At some point, we got to break the cycle. And the only way to break the cycle is to say, hey, don't do what I did. And I'm going to see to it that you don't do it. So that makes no sense to say that. And then here goes the comment that I was talking about. Half the men I know lost their virginity at the same age, 14. At the same age of D Wade's daughter. I'm not calling D Wade's son. I'm not doing that. So they need to stop it. See, that's a problem. Half the men I know lost their virginity at the same age of D Wade's daughter. So they need to stop. This justifies. This is about the Boosie was out here hooking his son and nephew up with a grown woman, but no concern about that. First of all, it was all types of concerns about that. Most of the people that I know didn't like when Boosie was saying that. Most people I know had a problem with Boosie saying that. So what do people be talking about? There was no concern about that. Who didn't have a concern about that? Who wasn't concerned about that? Because most people I know was concerned about that and didn't fool with the statement. But again, we know how to say, hey, I don't fool with what Boosie talking about in regards to that. Let me go in real quick. But it's only when we disagree with this community that it's a problem. They act like they can't be disagreed with. They act like we cannot disagree with things that they do and ways that they move. They're only concerned about LGBTQ interactions. This is the problem. That's so false that it's ridiculous. Because we didn't had plenty of situations, my upbringing and today, where individuals have been canceled, censored, all of that didn't involve LGBTQ interactions. It revolved around the exploitation of women by men. I'm from St. Louis. Nelly had a video, tip drill. This ain't have anything to do with LGBTQ community. They caught a lot of flack for that video. A lot of flack, and this is back in the day. Now we can fast forward and we have a lot more of examples, but that was back in the day, a lot of flack. So somewhere down the line, they always miss the flack that these other individuals get for doing the same, for doing these type of things, for promoting that nonsense. They miss that. They miss that when that's happening. They miss it. They only want to focus on us when we disagree with how they move. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. But even and it's that, and that's a whole nother conversation. E reacts. I saw the post. That's a whole nother conversation because I can break it down, and I'm sure you can too. That's a whole nother conversation, though. Whole nother conversation. So it's like, come on, man. Like seriously, man. The agenda is real in the field. It's starting to get corny. The Wade family, obviously, they the big time mascots of this agenda. It's like, dude, come on. Like at this point, we get it. All right, let's move on now. Like, come on. We get it. We get what y'all trying to do. We get it. Y'all do not have to keep pushing this into our faces, man. Y'all don't have to do it. Like, y'all do not have to continue on with this nonsense, man. We get it. Born to lead. Yeah, that could be a beneficial way to go about losing weight and gaining muscle. AC, peace, what's happening? CJ for sure. Yeah, Cam said what he said. Like I said, Cam got a history of apologizing and all that type of stuff. So hopefully he don't backtrack. I haven't seen any apology from Cam after he said what he said. I could have missed it, but I haven't seen him apologize for that. Hopefully he doesn't do that. You know, because we got to start standing on that square, man. When we say these things that goes against the status quo, goes against the consensus, we got to start standing on that. Jasmine, peace, what's happening? Peace to everybody tapping in. Peace to everybody tapping in. But we gotta start standing on our square, like Nick Cannon. You know what I'm saying? What he was saying back in the day about the Jews and whatnot, the white Jews, all that. What he do? Apologize. Man, we got to stop all of that nonsense, man. If you speak the truth to power, go ahead and stand on your square, man. What's the cliche? The truth shall set you free. You know, dude's afraid of freedom, though. Like, let's be honest, dude's afraid of real freedom out here. Dude's afraid of real liberation. Real liberation is being able to say exactly what you want to say and not apologizing. That's liberation. That's freedom. A lot of these dudes, they got millions and billions, but they don't have freedom. They got millions and billions, but they really can't say what they want to say. Like at the end of the day, like I don't want to live like that. I don't want to be a million or billion-dollar slave. They cutting me all these checks, and if I speak some type of truth, then I got to go back and apologize if I don't want my money to run out. Now I'm cool on that. I'm cool on it. Give me a little less money, but give me the freedom to say what it is that I want to say without having to apologize to these folks. I ain't apologizing. What y'all hear me saying right now, I'm not apologizing for it. I ain't got to answer to nobody. I'm not apologizing. Said what I said. I meant what I said. There is no apologizing. There's no. I'm not going to issue a public apology. No. Like I hate it when those athletes do that. I hate it when these athletes get on social media. These athletes and entertainers, they get on social media, they tweet something or they say something. Then you look up, the tweet is deleted, or then they come back and they apologize. Man, quit doing that. First of all, if you on Twitter, if you on social media, nothing is ever deleted. Nothing is ever deleted, man. You got over 1 million followers, and you think you finna delete a tweet? Come on, man. Somebody done screenshot. Thousands of people done screenshotted it already. You might as well leave up that truth, man. You might as well leave up that truth, black man, because you got millions of people following you. You post something and then you delete it thinking that it's gone. That's stupid. Screenshot, like we finna go ahead, we finna take the picture of it. Boom, there it is. Wasn't deleted. It's never gonna be deleted because somebody has it in their phone. Thousands of people have what you said in their phone. Can't stand it when these dudes do that. I'm not doing it. If I said it, I meant it. And if I meant it, I'm keeping it up. I ain't afraid of these folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you not afraid of these folks, man? Like, we gotta stop living like that, man. We let these communities, and it's crazy. We let these communities instill fear in us, and we can do the same things to them. But do we though? No, we don't. But that's that divide and conquer. We can have the same exact power. Somebody say something about black folks. That's when we rally up and we put that pressure on them. We had a few examples of that getting close to happening, where somebody will say something about it'll come out that such and such was racist, and they work for such and such company, or they the owner of such and such company, corporation, and black people be like, I'm boycotting, I'm not buying this, that, and the third. Then you see they sales plummet. So we done semi-seen what our power, our collective power can do. That's all these other groups of people are doing. That's it. So we should have the same power collectively. To the point where people had this fear of saying anything bad about black folk. We should be able to band together and say, hey, such and such said this about black folks. Let's take them out of let's run them out of business. Let's run them out of business. And we should stand behind the people that speak out against these other groups, to the point where they don't have this fear of speaking out. If they speak out and they lose endorsements, we got them. The black community got them. They don't have to worry about that endorsement because we got them. That's how we should be moving. Like, yeah, they spoke out against this community, lost all their endorsements, but the black folk got them. The black folks got them. Like, that's how we got to start moving collectively as a unit. That's why these other groups, man, have no care in the world, because they know at the end of the day, people gonna keep them alive, keep them afloat. All those communities know at the end of the day, their own people are going to keep them afloat. They know it. So they don't have a care in the world. They can do and say what they want to do. They know at the end of the day, they're protected by their own people. Them white Jews know at the end of the day, the white Jewish community got their back. White folks know at the end of the day, these white folks got my back. We need to raise some money. These white folks going to raise that money for it. The LGBTQ community know at the end of the day, we got each other's back. No matter what happened, we got you. The Asian community, they know at the end of the day, the Asian community got my back. We got to move like that. We got to say at the end of the day, I know the black community got my back. So if I go out here and put it all on the line and sacrifice my security for my people, they're going to take care of me. It's all worth it in the end. But we can't really move like that just yet. It's close, but not there yet. Jay, my brother, peace, what's happening? Big time out of pocket. And again, Dwayne Wade is more so out of pocket because, man, at the end of the day, that's your son, yo. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the man is supposed listen, forget all of this modern day, this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, the man is supposed to lay down the law. So when you got your kids running the household, at the end of the day, we looking at that man like, hey, man, what you doing? Why are your kids running this household? At the end of the day, that's a reflection of the leadership of the man. So that's why people are focused on Wade at this particular moment. At the end of the day, that's a reflection of man's leadership. When your kids running around here doing whatever it is they want to do, that's a reflection of your leadership, your authority. That's what that is. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. If anything, you should be sitting little homie down like, hey, man, chill out on all that. Chill out on all this, on all that posting. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be posting all of this, man. Like, it's a bunch of things that you can walk around here and post. You need not be posting this. You need not be posting this type of content. And if you post this type of content, I'm gonna take this phone away from you. I'm gonna take this social media away from you. Those are the type of conversations that should be had. But they're not having them conversations. And I done had people tell me that the Wade family, that's a model family. We should all be striving to be like the Wade family. I didn't heard a few man, listen, don't even get, but we should be striving to be like the Wade family. That's what I heard, because everybody seems to be happy. That's what I didn't heard. How about why couldn't the young son that identifies as the young girl, why couldn't he be like the older son? The older son was in the same Easter pit, and he just posted up with his girlfriend or whomever. And then he went on about his business. He wasn't posting him kissing the girl or nothing. He didn't have to do all of that. All right, we're going to take this Easter pit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a family affair, family photo. Boom, I'm going to post this photo with my girlfriend. And then, boom, we're going to go ahead and enjoy our day. Notice that the older son didn't do that. Like, they posted the pic. Older son goes on about his life. What the young son got to do? But it ain't nothing off about that lifestyle. Nothing is off about it. Y'all telling me that's perfectly normal. It's a normal dynamic. That's what y'all finna tell me. That's what y'all want me to sit up here and believe. That it's a normal dynamic. It's a normal situation. Jay, at all? No, not at all. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know who the white family is. I don't even know who you know what I'm saying? You ain't even see the white family. You don't know who the white family is, man. And you probably never find out. Probably never find out. And this is the type of stuff that we up against. Like, for real. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not, this is the stuff that you up against. It's rough out here, man. It wasn't this hard for us growing up. We knew that, nah. Like if you rewind back to when I was growing up and we saw something like that, we knew, no. Like, that's not right. Now, it's almost like they have eliminated right from wrong, all of this. Like, now, anything goes. If you was a wrestling fan, it was called no holds barred. That's life now. No holds barred, anything goes out here. Literally, anything goes, man. Pinfalls can happen anywhere. Like, that's the life we living in, a no holds barred society. Anything goes, man. Anything. Anything goes. Like, it is not safe out here. Like, nowhere. It's not safe. Everywhere you look, it's some weird stuff happening. And it's all acceptable. You can't say anything about it. Can't say anything about it. Can't disagree with it. Just gotta let it rock. But it's no holds barred, man. Anything goes out here. And you just better accept it. Just better accept it. Clocks in. Peace, what's happening? DB. Oh, that's a great question. I don't know who took the picture. Jasmine, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I feel sorry for the kids of this year. I feel sorry for them. I feel so, man, listen. I feel sorry. And not only is it rough for the children, but it's rough for the parent. Really, it's rough for the parents raising children in this generation, this society is rough. Like, it's just a matter, because I went to school, and I don't fool with holidays now, but I went to school with Jehovah's Witnesses, and they didn't celebrate holidays. So, like, when we would have the parties for the holidays, they had to stay in the other room, things like that. They had to be isolated because they didn't celebrate. Just imagine that on a larger scale. Just imagine you raising a child where you don't agree with anything that's happening in society. Not just the holidays. Just imagine everything that they are telling kids that is acceptable and right, you saying is wrong. Just imagine that. That's this day and age. Like, the kids can't watch the modern cartoons because all the cartoons promoting that. So you got them stuck back in the old school. Like it's messed up. It's messed up. It's rough out here, man, because if they watch modern day whatever, that's going to be pushed in their faces. That's going to be promoted, advertised. That's going to be recommended, suggested. They're going to be persuaded by that nonsense. They're going to be influenced by it. That's the world we live in, man. They can't even watch up-to-date cartoons. They can't even watch up-to-date children movies and shows. Or at least they can't watch them too frequently because that stuff is in there heavy. It's in there heavy. So you got to heavily regulate what these children encounter. You had to do it back in the day, but it's like now it's real in the field. It's real. I mean, now it's you got to do extra work. So just imagine back in our days, they were just trying to prevent us from seeing man and woman get down too early in the game. Now, just imagine trying to prevent them from seeing that, trying to prevent them from seeing boy and boy, girl and girl, boy identifying as girl with girl identifying as boy. Like you got too many things that you trying to shield them from. And it's hitting you from like a million different directions. Back in the day, it wasn't that many directions. Like back in the day, we wasn't getting hit from all them different directions. It was very simple what you were trying to shield your child from back in the day. Real simple. Real simple. Like, okay, this scene about to come up, close your eyes. Now, this stuff be hitting you out of nowhere. And it be hitting you like I said, it's in unnecessary shows and movies. They insert this stuff where it doesn't need to be inserted. You will be watching something where that's not even the theme of it. And all of a sudden, there it is. Like, whoa, this wasn't even supposed, this ain't even this type of show or movie. What is this in here for? That's what's up. Like, that's what's up these days. So it's like, man, you got to do, it's almost like you got to work overtime out here trying to shield these kids from encountering that. And then at the end of the day, you can't even shield them from, because as soon as you let them go into society, their peers, like that's is popular amongst their peers. So either way, they're gonna be exposed to it. Either way, they're gonna be exposed to it. So it's like, yep, that's the world that we live in. So it's rough out here, man. It's rough out here. It's real in the field and it's rough out here, man. And it's putting people in a tough spot. Like I said, we got to get our freedom back. You know, we got to get our freedom back. So when we get the freedom, we able to say and do what it is that we want to say and do without worrying about repercussions. Now, a lot of people are afraid to speak out against these agendas because they may lose their job. They may lose this endorsement. So we got to get freedom. We got to get liberated from these obligations so that we can say what we want to say, so that we can speak truth to power and not worry about repercussions or consequences because we protect it. Now people don't want to say anything because they're like, if I say this, this community going to shut me down and I'm going to stop making my funds. If we don't have enough people speaking out against these agendas, then it's going to consume these kids. And we're going to have more and more of this wave family situation popping off. We already got a lot of it. DB, you see, and that's why Lil Nas X taking that name frustrates me. Because again, like, you know what I'm saying? Come on. That's just messed up. Derek, I'm telling you, people always want to get on me when I say a lot of the homosexuality in these shows and movies is forced. It's forced. I done seen plenty of shows. Hey, I watch, like, that's what I do in my downtime, man. I watch shows, break down shows. You can get a message in anything. You know what I'm saying? So you watch shows, you watch movies, and I'll never forget when I watched Phil Valentine, and he was like, watch movies and shows with a critical eye. So examine these things, because when you watch these shows and these movies, a lot of them drop hints in regards to what's going to happen in the future. So they put a lot of that in these shows and these movies. So again, nothing is wrong with breaking these things down if you watching or looking at things with a critical eye. So I done watched plenty of shows where they have inserted that element in the show and it was very unnecessary. Prime example, if you watch Power, the joint with Tommy, they call Force. His black brother randomly being gay serves no purpose. Then got a whole son. It's like that's forced and that's just unnecessary. Didn't even have to be all that. He could have just been straight with a son. But no, they had to make him gay and then he had to have a son. That's forced. That's what I mean by unnecessary. Why he couldn't just be the straight black brother with a son? Nah, we're going to make him gay and we're going to make him have a son. But Tommy, the straight one, doesn't have a kid. Look at what that's psychological, and look at what they doing. Look at what they are doing, man. Like just it's psychological, man. It's subliminal. Like people ain't even looking at things that deeply. Like it's deep out here. The things they are pushing, the narratives that they are pushing. They gonna give the gay brother the kid. They gonna give the gay brother the son, and they gonna have the straight one no kid. Come on now. This the type of stuff that you have to pay attention to. This the type of, like, you gotta pay attention to that. James, not enough time at all. Oh, Chris, they force it all the time. Force it. They try to force it all the time. All the time. They force it all the time. You, like I said, you cannot disagree with anything that they say. Goldie, never. I would definitely never understand that myself. You know, so like I said, it's a fight. Listen, what they call it, last of a dying breed. Man, I'm trying to tell you, I spoke on this 10 plus years ago when I wasn't on this platform, but when I was on Facebook on one of my many Facebook pages. But I spoke on this. I said, man, listen, it's going to be a taboo when you say you straight. And y'all heard me say this. When you straight, you heterosexual, you've never had a homosexual experience and never thought about it, you're going to be the eyeball. That's where the world is headed. We about halfway there. C Square, they messing up, man. They messing up everything, man. I'm talking about, you could be, a show can be good, and then they just start they start doing too much. I'm telling y'all, I said this about a few streams ago, probably a few months ago, a month or two ago. When they add that homosexual element to the show, it seemed like they have more sex scenes in the show than the straight people. Jasmine, yeah, I'm definitely still on Facebook. I'm on, like, the Facebook page I got now is like my third Facebook page. Man, I had 2 Facebook pages. They got deleted because I never like to use my government name on Facebook, on social media. Facebook, y'all remember when Facebook was trying to get us to upload our IDs, our driver's license, and things like that to prove our identity. That's how they got rid of my infamous page when I was Illuminati Bill. That was a very infamous page. That was the page where I was ruffling a lot of feathers. But eventually that page, I had to do away with it because I wasn't trying to upload my ID and all of that. Then I created another page. Then that page hit me with the same thing. They let me fill up my friends list, then hit me with another restriction. So I had to get rid of that page. Now I'm on my page now where I use my actual government name. So they basically first forced me to use my government name. Wasn't trying to do it, but I had to. Jasmine, yeah, you just type in my name, Eric Bell, and I should power right on up. I was trying to dodge that. I was trying to dodge using my name, man, because y'all got to remember, back in the day, I was heavy on it. I didn't want to use my identity at all. I was like, nah, I ain't putting my government name on here. I'm pretty sure they already know it, but I ain't using it. So I was big on not using my actual name, man. I was big on using an alias or something like that. Facebook was like, nope. And the crazy part about me not using my real name and them trying to force me to do it is because I still know several people who are on Facebook right now that's not using their real name. But every name I tried, they was like, nope, upload your ID, upload your ID. So I was like, all right, whatever. I just go ahead and use the government name. We probably already in the system, so I'm just use the name. Oh, Bobby, yeah. Human nature is definitely frowned upon. They trying to change human nature. Like that's what they trying to do. They trying to change what's natural and what's considered the norm. They trying to shift that. That's what they trying to do. You know these folks like to manipulate nature. So they trying to change what's normal and what's natural. They trying to shift that. They trying to shift it. Akuma, yeah, behind closed doors, that no longer applies. Jasmine, matter of fact, I'll probably find you. See, you know what I'm saying? People like you should just be able to pull me up by name, and it ain't happening. That's the type of stuff I be talking about. I'll probably find you on there if your name is the same. If that's your name on Facebook, I'll find you. Because this is ridiculous. Can't even find me. Simple name out here, and this Facebook be tripping. Chris, that's funny. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny that you say that. When they, because I was talking about that when they say that, oh, we'll let the children decide their gender, but you ain't finna let these kids decide what they want to eat. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty, when it comes to anything else, like, nah, we ain't gonna let the kids decide. If they say they don't want to go to college, then you finna throw a hissy fit. Nah, you finna get your education, but then they can tell you their gender with no problem. With no problem whatsoever. Every household has rules and regulations. So you got certain things that you will not allow your child to do. But we finna allow them to tell us the gender though. Like that's just a lightweight decision. Like that's like dressing yourself or something. Deciding what clothes to put on. Like, nah, we just gonna let them decide their gender. Like this don't even make any sense. This don't make any sense at all, man. Like we gonna let them decide. We gonna let them decide the gender though. Big decision like that. Now they can decide that. Cool. So that's what's up though. That's what's up. I didn't know that's how we was rocking though. So like I said, y'all might as well enjoy the whole gender reveal phase right now because that's soon gonna die out. That's soon gonna become very offensive. Like that's coming soon. Revealing the gender of that's gonna be very offensive. It's going like just give it a few more years and that's it. It's gonna be very offensive to talk gender reveal. How you know they gonna want to be that when they grow? Just give it a few more years, man. Give us about 10 more years, 5 to 10 years, 10 years max. 5 to 10 years, and that's gonna be. You better not talk about a gender reveal. Nope. The gender reveal is gonna turn into when your child decides what they want to be. That's gonna be the new gender reveal. Not you telling people what you having before you actually give birth to the child. The new gender reveal is gonna be your child at 10 telling you what they want to be. That's gonna be the new gender reveal. Like that's gonna be the new form of gender reveal. At 10, we're gonna have a gender reveal, and it's gonna be your 10-year-old son saying, "Hey, I want to identify as a girl." That's gonna be the gender reveal. That's what we're gonna be on. That's gonna be the new gender reveal. So at 10, all right, we didn't give them a gender, you know what I'm saying, at birth. We're gonna let them decide. So whenever they reach the point where they feel like all right, they have made a decision, now it's gonna be the gender reveal. That I'm telling y'all, 5 to 10 years, give it that time. 5 to 10 years, that's gonna be the new reality. If you say you having any type of gender reveal before a baby is actually born, they're gonna be like, nope, can't have that. That's not right. You gotta wait till that baby is able to make that decision for themselves, and then you reveal the gender. Then the gender is revealed. Like that's where we at with it. I'm telling y'all, man, it must be nice. It's so many things I wish I could identify as and with that would change my whole position in life right now. I wish it was that simple. Wish it was that simple. Hey, we should all I wish we could all identify as millionaires and billionaires. You know what I'm saying? And instantly, right now, as soon as we identify with it, that's in our bank account. Wish that was life, man. Wish that was life. But apparently it is for these kids. They can wake up and one day say, I'm now going to be a girl. And I may wake up next week and say, I now want to be a boy again. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? There's just so many things I wish I could identify as, man. Maybe we should try it. You know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of getting a job, go ahead, go to that job, and you identify as a white person. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that probably get you the job. I identify as somebody as white. I'm not white though, but I identify as somebody that's white just for the sake of this job. See how far that gets us. See how far that's gonna get us, man. Clocks in. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, see how far that's gonna get us. Just start identifying as a bunch of random things, like just to show people how silly this stuff sounds, man. I'm gonna start incorrectly filling out everything. When people start asking me my height, I'm gonna put 6'5". Like I identify somebody 6'5". You know what I'm saying? Like I'm about to just start going crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody could wait, if somebody could be a boy and say they're a girl, then I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna change my height. I'm no longer 5'6". I identify somebody as 6'5". You bet you can't tell me otherwise. Like, this stuff is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like this, clocks in, there you go. I identify someone with 750 credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fill out that application. You know what I'm saying? For like a mortgage, I identify somebody that makes 500,000 a year. I identify as that person. Go ahead and give me this mortgage. Go ahead and give me this loan. Go ahead and give me this grant. Like, come on, man. This is how this stuff is sounding. Like, for real. That's how this stuff is sounding out here, man. I'm about to just start identifying as everything. Wake up with however I feel when I wake up, I'm identifying as how I feel. I'm identifying as. Like, this stuff is just silly, man. That's the world we live in today, though. That's the world. That's the world we living in. Like I gave people the pattern. I gave people the rundown. I said, boom, it's gonna start with them normalizing all of the stuff that they normalizing now. And the next two things, they already in the process of normalizing these things, but y'all have heard me talk about this. Pedophilia and bestiality. Those are the next two things that they're gonna normalize. People are gonna start identifying as individuals who, again, love animals. Bestiality is gonna be normalized, and pedophilia. They already working on that. Pedophilia, they already in the works of normalizing that. They already in the works of it. They already in the works of it. Bobby, there you go. You know what I'm saying? We get pulled over, just identify as a young white kid. Let me off, officer. I identify as a white guy named Connor. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who I identify as. Please do not shoot me. And see if that saves us. Like, see if that saves us at all. Kingra, there we go. You know what I'm saying? But like this is going, that's where we at with it. Pedophilia and bestiality. Those things are up next as far as normalizing it. Making it acceptable. Be on the lookout, man. Just be on the lookout. You're going to start seeing more people having relationships with their pets. We know white folks good for this already, but it's about to become normalized. Just be on the lookout for it. It's happening. Like I was reading articles back in the day, like again, like 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago, about them normalizing pedophilia. I'm talking about I was tapping into articles that you probably can't even find now. You probably can't even find these articles now, man. But I was tapping into articles that was talking about them normalizing it. All right, Goldie, I got you. I got you for sure. You know, I'm about to see if I can find any of those little articles. Like, just look at the, just look at the, listen to this. Just look at this, the U.S. today. Listen to this. Listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. The USA Today, very popular. You know what I'm saying? Very popular. Guess what they saying? This was written in January 10th, January 10th, 2022. It's this year. Scientists who studied the disorder, talking about pedophilia, say there is a growing consensus that pedophilia is determined in the womb. So you're born that way. You're born as a pedophile. That's where we at with it. I'm going to read that again. Scientists who study the disorder say there's a growing consensus that pedophilia is determined in the womb. So now you're born. This is how it started with homosexuality. They were saying what? You was born that way. That's how it started. That's how it started. That was the argument in the beginning. They were saying that we was born this way. I was born this way. I can't control it. So now here we go. They already starting. They already telling you right now that, hey, it's determined in the womb. And then when you click on the article, it say pedophilia is viewed as among the most horrifying social ills. But scientists who study the sexual disorder say it is also among the most misunderstood. What's misunderstood about pedophilia? What's misunderstood? All right, yeah, don't even get me started. But this is how they're going to start to normalize. That's how it's going to start. Y'all can read that for yourselves. USA Today, pedophilia. Type it in, and y'all going to see this exact article that I'm talking about. They about to start telling y'all that these pedophiles was born this way, and there ain't nothing they can do about it. That's how they gonna start. I'm telling y'all, this is how homosexuality, it went from a mental illness to, hey, they was born this way, to where we at today with it. This is following that same trend. It's a mental illness, it's disturbing to, oh no, they was born this way, so it ain't much they can do about that. So we got a problem. If they finna start sitting there telling me, if they about to start sitting there telling me that, hey, it was determined in the womb. Come on, man. And Goldie, yeah, it ain't even about believing in the scientists. It's about them using the scientists to push the narrative. Just like with the jab, the vaccine, they were paying off these scientists to push their agenda. This is what they're gonna do with this. They're gonna pay off the scientists to push and promote their agenda. So it ain't even about us believing in them. It's about them using this to push that agenda because they know the masses gonna believe in it. They get enough people. Listen, they gonna get if the masses see, oh, the scientists said that these people was born that way, the masses gonna flock right. They're gonna flock right to it. And again, that's not even really science. See, people don't understand what science is. These scientists that's pushing and promoting that, they are not scientists. They are individuals that are pushing a narrative because they are being paid to do so. People got to understand true scientists don't receive a lot of funding. So I was doing the knowledge to this. When it comes to honest research, what true science is. What true science is when it comes to true research, a lot of those individuals don't receive the funding. The only so-called scientists that's going to receive funding are scientists that's willing to push a certain agenda. That's it. And now they have manipulated the term or the label of science. So then we start saying things like, I don't believe all science. No, these individuals are not scientists. They frauds. Because true scientists ain't pushing any of this type of nonsense. True scientists let you know that this ain't real in the field, but they just not getting paid. So a lot of these people, they don't have a long career in science because they putting out the truth. They putting out the actual truth. I done watched a few documentaries on that, man, where the true scientists was coming with some true information and they was being shut down. Doors was being closed, slammed on, slammed shut. Like, oh nah, hey, we can't let her in this room because she actually doing real research. What a scientist is supposed to do. So yeah, we can't rock with her. No. We gotta slam all doors. We gotta eliminate any opportunity coming her way. Then she's gonna be a struggling scientist. You know, so it's all bad out here. But they gonna definitely use science to push this agenda. And they starting right now telling you that hey, it starts in the womb. So you gonna have a child in the womb, and they should be able to tell you if you gonna have a pedophile or not. That's what they saying. You should be able to know if you having a pedophile or not. So before this child is born into existence, you should know if he or she is going to be a pedophile or not. You should already know this. This is what they are saying. So that's nice to know. You know what I'm saying? So all people that are about to be parents and whatnot, please go get it checked out. Before the child is born, please go see if you about to have a pedophile or not. The world needs to know this. This could prevent a lot of problems here. Just let the world know that, hey, I'm giving birth to a pedophile. Like, come on, man. Just let us know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we about to give birth to a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? So when they get of age, like, go ahead, lock him up. Like, come on, man. Like, that's basically what they telling us right now. Like, that's what they telling us. That's the world we living in, man. I don't know about y'all, but I haven't been too fond of a lot of things on the outside for a very long time. That's why I don't interact with a lot of people on the outside. Point blank, period. That's why I keep it real simple. That's why I do my duty and boom, I'm gone. Like, go to the crib, chill out. Not trying to deal with the public, man. Not trying to deal with the masses like that. People say, oh, that's not a good way to live. It's very peaceful to me because it's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of nonsense, there's a lot of toxicity out here, and a lot of people trying to force unnatural things on you, and they trying to look at you crazy because you standing on your square. Excuse us. Some of us are still trying to live according to nature. Some of us are still trying to do that. C square, that's about to be a thing. Go Minority Report, that's the exact movie. And man, when I watched that movie, I was tapped in because that, you know what I'm saying, that's coming in the future. They finna tell you based on their system, they saw you was about to commit a crime, you about to commit a crime a year from now, so they gonna lock you up. Like Minority Report is one of my favorite movies because I see that in our near future. Boom, you're gonna get a knock at the door. Hey, based on our computer program, it has been projected that you will commit a mass shooting 5 years from now. Let's lock him up. How we gonna argue with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how we gonna argue with they got a computerized system telling you that you gonna commit a crime 5 years from now, and you in a perfectly fine mental state, but according to their computer, they like, all right, we can lock you up because our computer said. Come on, Minority Report. I was tapped all the way in. I was like, yeah, this is they telling us something in this movie. This is one of the movies that you watch because this is gonna happen pretty much here, basically. You know what I'm saying? Oh, boom, you get that knock on the door. Yeah, yeah. According to our system, you committed a murder 3 years from now. We gonna lock you up. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, they put that in motion. We all going down. Who that's gonna affect the most? Black people. What we gonna do if something tell us we was gonna commit a crime 3 years from now? How you gonna disprove that? How you gonna disprove that? Somebody let me know. How can I tell them, oh, that's a lie? Like, nah, they got us. Oh, crowd for sure. Yeah, these algorithms tapped in. Matter of fact, us just talking about Minority Report, you probably go on your phone right now. It's probably gonna be some ad talking about Minority Report. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it be. So yeah, they definitely already tapped in, suggesting and influencing and persuading. Like, I got the book Persuasion. Like, it tells you how they do it. It's another book, old book from back in the day called Propaganda. It just lets you know how they be moving and what they be doing. That book Propaganda is a crucial book though. I recommend everybody read that. I think that book was written in like the 1930s or something. Slim, peace, what's happening? But it's definitely out here in regards to how they are out here moving. You know what I'm saying? We just got to do the knowledge to the situation. I don't think I have the book Propaganda around me or even in here. I might let somebody borrow that book. But that's a very powerful book. Give me a second. I'm gonna give y'all the author and everything in reference to that particular book, so y'all can go grab it. Man, that mug should be like $12, $13. But that's one of the first books that I actually start. One of the first books that I read. In reference to the corruption of this system. So give me a second. Some of y'all may already know the book. Hold on, let me go ahead and look at this phone tripping. Let me see how much it is right now. Yeah, 1346, man. Propaganda, man. Edward Bernays. Grab that book. Grab that book. Man, yeah, Goldie, back in the day, I used to loan books out all the time, man. Now I got one brother, man. We used to exchange books. You know, he good for it, but for the most part, I loan books out, man. Muzz wasn't reading them. Muzz wasn't reading them at all. Goldie, yeah, Manchurian Candidate. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember that was back in that phase, man. That wasn't a phase, but that was back at that time, man, when you was watching things and just breaking everything down. Like, I mean, you still should be doing that, but man, back then, like, watching all those movies. And you was just you had to pay attention. Matter of fact, I gotta go back and just rewatch a lot of them movies from back in the day. You know, because even that movie 2012, you know, when everybody thought the world, like, that movie had some relevance, had a big time relevance. RPN for sure. For sure. And matter of fact, what's the hold on. Let me see if I can find that one movie. And I mention this movie every time. I ain't even about to try to remember that movie. When it comes to me, it'll come to me, man. But I used to watch a lot of movies that had predictions in them way back in the day. And I gotta get back on it. I Robot, oh yeah, for sure. Eagle Eye, yep. Justin, Disinformation and You is a great book too, for sure. Definitely cop that. Kyle, peace, what's happening? But yeah, man, it's a lot of movies. Matter of fact, we ought to do a video just breaking down a lot of these movies, man, and the messages, the hidden messages in a lot of these movies. Get back on my Professor Griff mode. To be real out here. But y'all, with that being said, man, I gotta make my moves. I gotta go ahead and sign out for the night, man. Go back to this gym. Get these last sessions in for the day, man, because again, we still getting the people healthy in the process. We getting people healthy in the process of dropping these jewels, dropping this information. And I'm back tapping into this book right here, though. I always recommend books, but Conscious Eating, I'm back tapping into this. Again, it's like a 700, 800 plus page book. Tapping it in, man. From time to time, I just got to revisit books. And this book talks about transitioning to the vegetarian, then a raw food lifestyle. So I'm tapping back into that book, man. Very in-depth. Very nice book. So if you're looking for a nice nutritional book to tap into, definitely recommend that joint if you got some time to read. It's not a hard read. Gabrielle Cousins is the author of this particular book. Conscious Eating, Gabrielle Cousins. Grab this joint. I'm gonna probably be reading on this one for a minute. Like I said, 800 plus pages, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and tap in, see what I can implement, try to make the next step in this nutrition journey. So I feel like this book is a good help. But man, we gonna be back on missions, man. We got to get back into watching these movies with a big message out here. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get back into that. I mean, every movie has a message, so we can connect every movie to like the future, or we can take a jewel from every movie, just like we can do that with every book. So when you watching anything, watch it with a critical eye, as Phil Valentine suggested. So don't just watch anything just for sheer pleasure. Watch it to extract the message from it. That's how you move. That's how you're supposed to do it. Because these movies, these books, they talking to us. Got to be able to decipher that language, though. Break down the language. What is this movie saying? What are the symbols in this movie saying? So we got to get in tune to the symbolism, the hidden symbolism, subliminal messages, all of that. We got to tap into all of that. We got to master all of these things so that we can be better prepared for what they're going to throw our way. Because they throwing some things our way, man, and we not prepared for them because we not understanding the symbolism and the subliminal messages that they are throwing our way. So we got to tap in. We got to get in tune. But, man, I appreciate y'all, man. It's always peace. This was a good stream. Hey, somebody holler at Dwayne Wade. Tell him, hey, in his contract with that community, tell that dude to chill on out, man, because we getting tired of seeing the 14-year-old son, daughter, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. We getting tired of this situation, man. We getting tired of this nonsense. So go ahead and tell him to break that contract, man. We get it. We understand. Now leave us alone. We don't want to keep seeing that. But I'm out, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in with the kid, man. I'm going to try to go live again, maybe on Wednesday. Give y'all some time to digest this particular content. I'm going to hit y'all with some shorter videos. Y'all know how we do it. Hit y'all with some shorter videos probably tomorrow and whatnot. So y'all be easy. Enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. I'm out. Peace.